Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot, and this is your reading for April 2021, or whenever you're led to it by the title, for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever particular Leo placement that you want to have a look at. If you don't know what your rising sign is, there is a link in the description down below which will lead you to one of the Get Yourself a Free Birth Chart sites. I like Astrology, Cafe Astrology is down there as well. It's always worth knowing your rising sign, because when you're reading horoscopes, you should read your rising. And even, to be quite honest, when you're watching these, I would prioritize your rising sign over your sun sign. So, as a general reading, because obviously I'm not reading for every Leo on the planet, I'm reading for whoever has come here. In the general reading rules will obviously apply. That is, timing's far from absolute. It's tarot. It's far from absolute. But also, if someone else appears in the reading, I can get you and them mixed up. Doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen, because I'm seeing energies and actions, not necessarily knowing who the people expressing these energies and actions are. One thing with this reading, it either is for you or it isn't. There's a past and a present on the spread. If the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your rising, go and watch your moon sign. But ask a question before I get into the reading. Take a moment, think about all the questions that are around you. Focus on one of them, but be aware of all of them, because cards will answer what they want. So that theoretically gives energy to the process that I return to you in the form of the reading. And don't worry about the time disparity, because the universe sorts it out. And if I don't give you that answer that you're hoping to find, then the universe will somehow. So it's not a waste of energy. Other housekeeping, there's a link in the description down below also for the Facebook page for this channel. I post these videos. I sometimes post the astrology weather forecast videos that I'm watching. I've been a bit remiss on that this last few weeks. But more importantly, it's got an inbox. So if you want to talk to me directly and look into getting a personal reading, that's one of the ways to do it. That's the main way to do it. All the other information is with the link tree. It's 2.5 minutes now, so this is the longest I've waffled with my housekeeping than any of the other videos this week. So let's go straight to the cards, because I assume you've asked your question by now. Now, there's a curious space here, Leo, because you are going through some form of transformation. You've already started this transformation, and it's been a really good start. Leading up to the present, you'll notice there's a new beginning that's already happened, an independent new beginning. Ace of Coins here beneath the Nine of Coins. And then look, we go to the King of Coins, Queen of Coins, moving into the present. A divine coupling, as they like to say. Now, I'm not saying that that's a relationship thing, because it's me reading the cards. It hardly ever is. But what I'm seeing is that you're on a really quite firm foundation. Memories are coming at the moment that have a risk of you acting defensively, acting to protect something, and taking an action which then later you only stress about. Now, I want to say that I feel that whatever this situation is, at the moment, you are in charge here. You are directing your own fate. You've had your loss and your misery back here. I'll go into further detail of that as I look at the clarifiers, but right now, you're in a good place. But this Six of Cups here, it feels both good and not good. There's a wonderful giving energy with the Six of Cups. And I think where your memories need to be hearkening back to is a time previous where things were going well. Okay, it changed before. And that might be where the fear is coming in, because when things have gone this good for me before, then it all overturned. Everything in its season. This Holy Thorn card from the Mists of Avalon Oracle says, yeah, there are challenging times. There are challenging times coming up. But I think you've got to be very, very careful how you react to them, and that you are not overly protective, overly defensive. You've got a lot of support here at the moment with people around you. And I think someone is trying to remind you what your aim was, what your initial dream was to be, and how you can and are in charge of what's going on around you at the moment. Because, yeah, the Emperor here in the position of how other people are influencing you, but as the very bottom card, I feel it's them reminding you that you are the Emperor, rather than then coming in being all, this is the way things are and you're going to do it this way. This Page of Cups right on the top here is saying to me, remember why you started on this path on the first place. And information, Page of Swords, Page of Swords, coming through to support that why you are doing it, because your hopes and fears here seem to be setting something right in a fast way and getting the right information. There's your worry, that you're getting the right information. Page of Swords here, Page of Swords there. I think, to be honest, that you are. You need to be careful about not overreacting to something that comes in and reminds you of the time where everything changed, where things had been going well, but right. So we have quite a pivotal, this is a past experience. These two piles represent a past experience. Something where you learnt a lesson that either you probably should be using at the moment, or that you are using it and it's not the right place to be using it. So it's a probably should be using, or probably definitely, most definitely should not be using. Because this time around, you can have things be different. So we have death, the devil, and the world. So things were going well at one point. Things were going really well for you at one point in your history, but then things started changing too fast. That created an anxiety, a worry, a fear, a stress, where you got yourself all wrapped up in yourself. And I think that because you did that, now it's not often that I get other people from the devil card. That I like to look at some of the more positive attributions to it. But this time, this feels like someone coming in, reacting to you stressing and you being all anxious and saying, well, what about this? What about that? What about the other? It's too fast. I'm not sure I'll cope. And they're saying, oh, but have you thought about doing this? And so there's an element of you grabbing onto that and going, all right, I will do it. And it changes everything. Some for the better. I don't feel badly about any of these cards, but I do think that this devil is giving bad advice. But as is my tradition, I will clarify that devil card. But normally I like him. I'll be honest, yes, normally I like him. But this time, yeah. It's all, Ace of Cups, Page of Wands, with the Goetic Spirits, Buer and Balam. So when this person recently, or at the moment, is saying to you, remember why you started on this path, that is bringing back these memories of someone said that to you before. But that person who said it to you before was wrong. That wrong in the way they were looking at it, the way they were describing it, or you were wrong in the way that you understood their comments and took their advice. And because all said and done, you made the action that created, whatever this loss here was, as a result of listening to this person. However, death card here as well. So there was change going on around you as well, you knew, because that was one of the things that was making you so very anxious. 8 of Wands it. And so there's change that you brought around, and there was change that was happening anyway. And it involved leaving you with quite the sense of loss, quite the sense of feeling, I've missed out, I'm not letting this happen again, which gave you this wonderful driving sense for your independence. So we're still in the past here. It's been hectic by the looks of things. We've got the Chariot card here. I wouldn't be surprised if all this here is not all that far away in the past. Normally it could be a childhood thing, you know, it could be something that happened at school or in your very early years. But here it's all seems very condensed, very close. And you were on guard, but wanting to choose what your next mission was. You were going to head out to some new beginning, some independent new beginning. And I believe that you were quite good at it. You put an end to something. You put an end to something that was making you feel that sense of loss. And had a good, stable foundation. And recently, oh, look at this, King of Coins, King of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So recently you have had, and you still have, because this is the present line, so it's touching these cards, you still have a really good foundation on how to act forward. So, Page of Wands, Ten of Cups, clarifying this Queen of Coins. So, it's almost like you've set yourself on this path because that was what you was going to do. End of story. You know, that was maybe the level of thought that went into it. It was like, I'm doing this because of all that other stuff that happened, but because that's what I'm doing. And now you're suddenly caring more about the end result. Now, 2 cards, if you watch the shuffle bit, which I always put it in so you can see me shuffling, but I bet nobody ever watches it because I wouldn't, seemed a little confusing when they came out because your hard work is paying off and nothing will come of this situation. And I think that they are both the same statement. So whatever this fear that's suddenly rising up is, this urge to defend, it is nowhere near the danger of what you think it is. Yeah, there's some challenges, but I think the challenge is not what you are scared of, but that fear itself. I think that's where the challenge is. Because you may be feeling woefully ill-equipped, 5 of Pentacles here, to protect what you've started caring about, but there's, I want to say it doesn't matter. Queen of Cups here at the bottom, and this is, sometimes I can find the Queen of Cups a little bit manipulative. This one, no, I like this one. She is happy, she is, it's not even like she's giving you a dream. It's like she's holding this cup up and going, look everybody, this is my dream. Bask in its magnificence. And you can turn around and go, yeah, pretty magnificent. Yep, that's a positive dream. So that's reaffirming the whys, but there seems to be a lot of reaffirmations, like from other people, from your own actions. It's reminding you why you are doing this. We've got the Playing It Safe card from the Quantum Oracle next to the reflecting this 4 of Pentacles energy that you're about to head into, this wanting to protect, wanting to yeah, protect, defend. I'm not sure that you need to take that protective way. What I want you to do is think bigger, whatever that means for your circumstance. So it could be that there's an opportunity that has come up and you're thinking, yeah, I'd love to do it, but I'm not going to because it risks this, it risks this, it risks this, and I could lose everything all over again, and I'm not going to do it. No, 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 no. We have the creative thrones, or thrones of creative powers, throne angels, anyway, which is saying be creative, think big, because this is something that you've already been working towards, and it's time for whatever you have been working on to put it out there, like this Queen of Cups is putting it out there, and put it out there with all the bells and whistles on, with all the creative extra bits, with all the, do you want to say it quietly or do you want to stand on a massive rock shouting through a megaphone? And I'm feeling like the second one is the way to go. And taking an action just to immediately be protective. Third King of Pentacles here, King of Coins. Taking an action to be protective risks creating more challenges for yourself than need be, whereas committing yourself to an action where you are thinking bigger really is opening up the potential success that you can have, whether this is in matters in employment or within family or spiritual development or whatever it is. Take that risk, take that chance, and don't let the idea of it could all come tumbling down prevent you from going ahead with what looks like it was your initial plans anyway. It was something that you was wanting to set right once you knew you had the right information, because you do run the risk of, I mean, whatever happens, you're going to be nervous. And there is a lot of chance and random factors that could all upset it all and all so literally take the wheels off your car and you're left thudding there on the ground just on the base of the car. Wheel of Fortune here, but there is a clarity that can come to you through the anxiety. So I'm not saying ignore this anxiety, feel it, enjoy it, if that sounds right. It's enjoy it as the opportunity to go, hang on a minute, why am I so blooming nervous about this? Because afterwards, recently, I've been working so hard towards this end that why the nerves now? You know, why weren't they there? And the reason is because somebody has, the fact that you're caring more about the end result has reawakened memories, and somebody's trying to remind you why you're doing it, and that's reawakened memories. But it's reawakened memories of all that time when you took some bad advice and everything that you built up then shattered. So these are potential futures, these two piles, and they are ones that you can grab or ones that you can avoid. And you're heading into them from a really good place. 10 of Cups here, clarified by the Tower and the Page of Wands. Now, 10 of Cups clarified by the Tower, to me, represents two things. A shaking of your ideals so that what makes you happy changes. And if that occurs, then that's in a good way, I feel, because it means that you're getting greater happiness from something that wouldn't a year ago brought you the same amount of happiness, because it wasn't in your view of what you wanted to create, and you'd spend more time going, this wasn't what I wanted, this wasn't what I wanted, than actually enjoying it and getting on with it. The other meaning I can see out of it is that some restriction is crumbling around you to free you up more, to free you up slightly, coming into a new world as a youngster. You know how I say with the Page of Pentacles, it's level 1 complete, start level 2. So you start in level 2 as a beginner, but you have got level 1 under your belt. The Page of Wands, you could take a similar sort of energy, but it's an action of, I think I need to do this. I don't feel entirely professional. I don't feel entirely experienced enough to make this judgment, but I think this is the right way. Now, I'm seeing from just the surface cards of these potential futures, 2 futures. I may be wrong yet. Let's have a look at the clarifiers. So we've got the path of anxiety. Yes, clarified by the 4 of Pentacles. So, King of Wands on the bottom. As you know, my favourite card. Allowing that anxiety to run, carrying on with those defensive actions, still gives you a freedom as such to carry on vaguely in the direction that you are heading to, but not a total freedom. This King of Wands, some of them feel really free. Look at him, he's got a stuffy suit with shoulder braiding and all sorts. So high stiff collar, stuck in front of this church window. It'll work out, but with this 8 of Cups here, I'm rather feeling it will probably work out better if you face that anxiety, work out what you're scared of. It's got out to do with the current situation, and then just move forward. Because if you pursue the dream, no holds barred to a certain extent. That's what I was thinking, which is a lot of work and a lot of study. So we've got 8 of Pentacles here and 8 of Pentacles here, because it's not like you're not studying at the minute. But it's also, it brings recognition. And that might be something that you're a little apprehensive about here, that it's all right being good at something, but now you're going into the position where you are known for being good at that thing. And that's a pressure that gives you the chills in not necessarily a good way. You know, it's like, yeah, and all these people suddenly relying on me, but I'm only here as a page. But how many King of Wands have we got here? So give yourself some credit. That's what I could call this reading. Give yourself some credit. Hopefully I'll remember that by the end of the reading. So hopes and fears, you are setting something right. You want to make sure that you've got the right information so that you are able to be fair with whatever it is that you are ploughing ahead. But the ploughing ahead, you have to do the ploughing ahead. And I'll tell you why, from the rest of even though, yeah, it's going to be challenging. Oh dear. We have Suklaf, the angel of verdancy, which, a bit like the Empress, really, you know, abundant harvest. Yeah, you've had this harvest before and then it got upset, but you're having another harvest coming here that you've been working towards anyway, one coming from your efforts, and now all of a sudden you're getting nerves about it, which seems a bit weird. But we have Zeus as the god that's interested in you, as the one who's telling you to exhibit your supremacy. we've got the Emperor in the how other people are affecting you pile, saying, remember what you are in charge of here. Remember those things that you can control and make sure that you do. And then we also, from the Wisdom of the House of Art, we have the confidence card, i.e. time for some confidence. Less nerves, less, must protect all of this. Because whatever the danger is, nothing will come of that situation unless you make it. And you're so close with 9 of Wands on the bottom of the deck here, on the third deck, and also that whole your hard work is paying off. So whatever this risk is that you are, maybe it's something where you do not want to give yourself, to give 100% of yourself, just in case. And these cards are saying, no, do the 100% of yourself, because you are very nearly there. There's, 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 9, whatever angel number that is, with Temperance. Right, so this, whatever it was that is what you feel you need to protect yourself from, okay, fine. There's a few cards that would make me think that, yeah, maybe it's not a bad idea to protect yourself from these things. However, it's not the only thing you can do. You can be overly defensive, overly protective, and maybe not, you can take the risk, you can protect what you need to protect, defend what you need to defend, and still take the risk, or you can just protect and defend and not take the risk. That middle one is the option to chase after. So yeah, do all the safeguards, safety checks, health and safety, whatever you need to do. Shift some money to a place where it won't get eaten up by whatever project that you're working at, or something along those lines. But have some confidence that what you are doing is good and is valid, because it is all coming from you. You are the one that's in charge of this, in control of this. So you are the one that can define the rate of your progress. And if you are hamstringing yourself by being too defensive, then, well, that's silly. As simple as that. That's silly. Now, is there any other cards I need to... Right, so the other thing. Ajaya, with patience, opposed, interestingly, with the Goetic spirit I'm on for laziness. Right, there is a complete lack of laziness going on here with 8 of coins here, and wherever the other 8 of coins was. So this is something that you've been working towards, and maybe right now the results aren't coming as fast as what you want, so you're suddenly having the nerves, having the fears. Keep going at it. Keep going at it. It is going to come around in spades, especially with Sutcliffe, Zeus, confidence cards. This is going to bear fruit for you, and you've got to remember why you was doing it in the first place, but you're going to get there. Now I've waffled 26 minutes, so yeah, that's it really, Leo, because I'm only going to end up repeating myself. So if it means anything to you, please do comment down below, because it's always really interesting to hear about when my readings find their home, that they hit home for the people that they are needed for. Because like I say, not every Leo, or Leo rising, or Leo moon, or what have you, but for those that understand the woolly words that I've been using in reference to their own situation, let me know. Press the like button while you're here, if you would. Share it, subscribe. Please subscribe. Actually, that really helps the channel. Other than that, I will see you at the next lot of readings, which will probably be the new moon, unless I do any live streams. And plus, if you are a Justice League fan of the new Snyder Cut, released the same day as this video, is my work with astrologer David Fisher, the first of hopefully a few episodes where we actually look at the birth chart of Darkseid. Yes, Darkseid can have a chart as a fictional character, and it's fascinating. I am amazed every day by how this stuff works. All right, cheers.